A new day is upon us and a new day of ESL Pro League. It's going to be FaZe versus HellRaisers kicking off tonight's broadcast. Obviously, my name is Hugo, and joining me as always is John Allen. How are you feeling about today's games?
I'm pretty excited. It's first time I'll have casted over FaZe, so I'm pretty excited about that. Coming up against HellRaisers, who we also haven't seen before this week. So both of these teams looking to try and perform on Inferno and Cash is our two maps for today.
And the same two maps as well coming up later for G2 versus LDLC, but let's have a look at the standings at least to kick things off and see how teams are doing. Obviously, FaZe, 4th place, looking very good. A massive improvement since adding Olofmeister and Guardian, I think many people will say. They had a great performance at ESL 1 New York, and now obviously their opposing team, HellRaisers, a little bit lower down.
Yeah, they're sat sort of all the way down in 11th there. Obviously, looking at these maps, looking at the history of these teams, it looks like FaZe is very confident in their position, and they're trying to bring that to bear against HellRaisers. Both of these teams relatively weak on Cash. I mean, FaZe, I say relatively weak, they're still sort of sat around, I think it's a 46 or something % win rate on Cash, whereas HellRaisers are sat a little bit further down. But it's certainly both teams' weakest map, and so what FaZe is saying to them is, do you know what, bring it on. We think we're just mechanically better than you. We might be weak on the map, but so are you, and we're going to try and outclass you.
Yeah, we can talk a little bit about that later, but let's have a look at the schedule for today, see what we've got going on both the main stream and the B stream. Obviously, on the other channel, we've got North versus Astralis kicking things off, the Danish derby, but we've also got a bit of a French rivalry. While LDLC aren't really known as a French team anymore, they speak French, so that's good enough for me, and that'll be coming up later in G2 versus LDLC. But obviously, let's stick for now with FaZe versus HellRaisers. Let's have a little bit of a chat about this matchup, obviously the map pools as well, and I feel like there's something good to touch on, as you mentioned. You know, FaZe going for that Cash pick, or not pick, but choosing to play on Cash over just getting rid of it despite it being a bad map for them. This is something that a lot of people talk about, in the sense that some teams veto to their strengths, and they go, you know, I want to play on my best map. But good teams veto to the opponent's weakness, and that seems to be what FaZe are doing now. They, as you said, want to play HellRaisers on their worst map, even though it's FaZe's worst map as well.
They're just very confident in their players' abilities, very confident in their ability to outplay HellRaisers, and I think, you know, given the roster, they're kind of justified in their opinion there. It really sort of shows, you know, it's probably one of the top 5 rosters in the world at the moment.
Yeah, top 3 at a very minimum, I would say, at least with recent performance. Obviously, they kind of had a bit of a blowout at the major, but since then have made 2 roster changes and kind of formed this lineup that we would look at back maybe a year or 2 ago, and kind of, you know, a dream team lineup. A lot of people would just go, oh, let's put the 5 best players together and see what happens. And it's kind of worked out very well for them. Obviously, they've won ESL 1 New York, as we saw very recently, looking good coming off the back of that, and obviously that's kind of transferring to their EPL standings as well in 4th place. They haven't played a lot of games in comparison to some of the teams, like Fnatic, for example, that we've already kind of mentioned the last few days. But yeah, I think in my opinion, this FaZe roster will be the best team in the world in 2 to 3 months. After we see them play a couple more events, I feel like they will just be out of this world. Again, SK rumored to make roster changes, no one else being stable. G2, we've already seen them be unstable despite having this legendary roster. I think FaZe is in a situation where they can just go leaps and bounds ahead of everyone else. Yeah,
well, I mean, like if for instance, if someone like Cold Zero, I mean, in the turbulence in SK, I mean, if Cold Zero was to drop out and join FaZe, I mean, I'd just be absolutely
just throw everyone.
I would just be just why not?
7-man roster.
Just
go,
why
go
not?
Full Ghost game.
Yeah, just crack out Simple as well, maybe. I don't know. He's been on a bit of a blind.
Good luck getting him out of that buyout, I can tell you.
Yeah, it's not too likely, but you know, a man can dream.
Yeah,
a man can dream for beautiful Sia.
For now, though, we have a good enough roster for FaZe. I'd say it's pretty good, and yeah, I think Betway agree with us as well. I was about to segue into that. 1.16 odds on FaZe for this first map, that is Inferno, and wow, HellRaisers really got their work cut out for them.
Yeah, that's 4.6. That's the longest odds we've had so far this week. So nobody really has very much confidence in HellRaisers. Maybe HellRaisers don't even have that much confidence in HellRaisers at this
Hopefully
point.
They do.
Hopefully they do. I mean, I really want to see some good Counter-Strike coming out from these teams, but I mean, the odds don't lie, right?
Yeah, and now that we've talked a little bit about FaZe and kind of what they've been doing recently, let's move on to HellRaisers. So more of unknown territory. Again, a team that's also made 2 recent roster changes. We saw both Issa and Woxic, Turkish player, join them, and they've been pretty good. I'd say Issa and Woxic have been performing very well. Dead Fox has moved off of the AWP and onto the rifle, which I think was the biggest change in my opinion, more important than the roster changes, because obviously he's known for his AWPing, and while he's so inconsistent, we've seen on plan. I think the best example was Star Series this year. We saw how DeadFox can play when he's on his peak. He can carry HellRaisers through a series. They got all the way up, I think, to the semi-finals there. So a great performance. And obviously, while they made roster changes since that and moved Woxic obviously now onto the AWP, I still feel like this team is really strong. It has its hard hitters, it has its individual talent. And while they've been struggling recently, obviously we've seen them fail to qualify for SLI Shanghai twice in the last few weeks. They've been okay in the Epicenter qualifiers. We've seen them, I think, get to the lower bracket final, beat Heroic earlier on, and then they've got NiP and FaZe to play to get through. So easier said than done, but yeah, again, an inconsistent team, but a team with a really high, skill potential level, I guess you could say.
Might have a high peak, but they have quite low troughs as well. I mean, as you said, very, very variable in terms of how they perform and what sort of performance they are going to bring to the table just in general. I mean, just tossing back and forth a couple of numbers in my mind, I came up with a couple of scoreline predictions, and I'm pretty sure that FaZe are going to take this one pretty heavily in this matchup particularly, but HellRaisers, as you say, have that sort of variance. They could, they could really bring in quite a few rounds here if they're just feeling on form today. It really is going to be how they just bring their game. Yeah, it's how they're going to show up.
I mean, this was a team last season of EPL that was doing so well. They were near the top of the board for the majority of the season, and the last 2 weeks kind of dropped down, just avoided relegation there as well. And I think they actually played the relegation matches, but did well. So yeah, it's a really good team in my opinion, but again, when you're up against FaZe, it's so much easier said than done. Yeah. The map pools don't appeal to them in any way. They're 4 and 13 on cash in the last 3 months. Inferno 8 and 12. They're okay there. That's pretty good. But again, it's FaZe. It's so hard to lean the way, which is the way of HellRaisers, which is weird as well, because if we look at the games we've had over the last couple of days, and we look at the teams that we've had, it's been inconsistent teams. Yesterday LDLC Na'Vi, we had no idea what was going to happen going into that one. Did Na'Vi show up? Did Na'Vi just fall off like they have been doing online recently? It's such a big question mark. But now going into this game, I think this is one of the games I'm very confident on. I'm not going to lean the way of HellRaisers at all, but anything can happen.
Well, obviously anything can happen, but when there's a probability slim to none, it's more often than not it's going to be none. And I think that's really what we're looking at here for HellRaisers. They might be able to put up a couple of rounds, and if they're lucky, get to an super lucky, get to an overtime. But anything more than that, and I think there's a bit of a miracle going on for them.
Yeah, and going back to FaZe a little bit, their recent performance, especially on the first map, Inferno, has been very good recently. They 16-6 NiP today. They 16-4 North in EPL yesterday. Like these guys are looking so good, and this roster is again so scary to be up against. So I can't even go to think about how HellRaisers are feeling coming into this matchup.
When you go against one of the top teams, only way to do it, best foot forwards. You just have to go in with an open mind. Think, what? Let's take this round by round. Let's see what we can do. Obviously, plan for the economy in the next rounds, but round by round is really the only way you're going to be able to even stand a chance against a team like this. And even if you come out underneath, valuable learning resources available for HellRaisers. They can, in fact, take those lessons that they learned against a team like FaZe and bring them to bear. But now we are into the matchup here on Inferno.
Yeah, map number 1 of 2 here between these two teams. FaZe starting things off on the T side. They've got utility on both Karrigan and Guardian, which is nice to see, and a bit of armor as well on the other players. Full arm for HellRaisers and a triple B setup to begin things. This could be good. And they'll actually start to take control. DeadFox moving his way down, spots Rain, but he runs and he won't be able to hit the shot. Woxic has to bail him out, and he bails him out with 2. Now HellRaisers can just fall back. Great picks, drops one of the utility players as well, and FaZe now having to fight uphill.
Pushing round through Arch, they have now landed 2 players through towards that CT position. Not too sure if they would have heard the steps, and it's going to be Woxic to rotate through. He is checking his angle, so they do have an inkling. Nico could be caught off guard here if he's not careful. Turning the corner, Woxic spots the head, flicks it right, and they're going to land it straight through the skull. Nico does go down. Pushing in through library and apartment. Guardian has the bomb, trying to find his way in towards this A bomb site. Olaf Meister turns the corner, does spot out a player, but Trigger Discipline says, take the other player. Flicks around, and Ice is going to chop that one down. Guardian, though, meanwhile, pushing out from the balcony. The bomb now down in pit. Only 25 seconds left on the clock. Smoke towards library. He's just going to try and get this plant now. 20 seconds. Plenty of time to do so. Has the USP, so those single tap headshots are potential. Coming through, but Woxic has one of his own, and 4 kills for him through this round. HellRaisers they're going to be pretty chuffed with him.
I mean, yeah, he's been the pickup that we've all been looking for. This really good Turkish player, and I'm very glad HellRaisers have actually given him a shot. He's been performing so well, and yeah, I really like that from FaZe, especially the setup. Obviously, we lost that control towards Banana. They saw the triple peak, and they lost 2 players, and instantly we saw that rotation from FaZe, and they just sent 2 players really quickly up towards Archway. And the reason they went for that just instantly after seeing triple B is obviously if you go for a triple B setup, it's very common that the 3rd player on B is actually the Arch rotation, the long A player. So FaZe just go, okay, well the long A player is now on B, let's quickly get into Library, let's get into Archway and try and wrap into the B site. But that's when we saw Woxic's rotation just tearing them apart. So unfortunate for FaZe Clan, but at least I like the reaction, very active there. As now we see Forson coming down with the bomb plant as well, so lots of utility, but a risky buy nonetheless.
3 FAMAS is a higher FAMAS proportion than we've seen probably from any other team so far on this stream. HellRaisers really investing into wanting those rifles. They do not want those UMPs. They are going to be coming up against fully helmeted opponents on FaZe Clan. 4 CZs as well, so this looks like a fast and loose round on towards the A. The setup is very pushed forwards here. Smokes ready to let fly. 5 smokes, all of them do have that available. Guardian will lead the charge into mid. FaZe looking to execute now onto the A-bomb site.
Yeah, Molotov will slow them down though. Woxic throws that one out for long and starts to wrap on round as well. HellRaisers looking to play a little more passive as these pistols come charging on in. Karrigan unable to connect the shots, and Rain will fall as well. Issa doing work from the balcony, so FaZe Clan already down 2 men and seemingly not able to trade things out. Sneaking through the smoke is Nico, and that's never going to work. As 2 players remain, FaZe are going to be whittled down man by man, and not a kill yet to come in.
Guardian, last man left standing near the hay bales, looking for a shot through, and is actually able to get the first frag of the round for his team. 7 bullets left in the chamber. It's going to be enough to see off Isa. Guardian looking for another, but Woxic finally able to shut him down. Nice little double kill there for FaZe Clan, but HellRaisers do take the round nonetheless and push themselves into round 3.
Yeah, really unfortunate for FaZe to not actually do that much damage, because HellRaisers just keep on to these FAMASes, and FaZe get nothing done with the 2nd round force buy. Now they have to eco 1 more, and then we'll see the rifles come back out, but it just means HellRaisers have more time to make some money. MP9 coming out on Issa, everyone else just default as you would expect, and FaZe Clan really no investment until they've got a Deagle on Nico, as you would like to see, and no one else has really invested. And Nico already unable to get anything done. He's been smoked down towards the bottom of ramp. So FaZe Clan just not even given control as HellRaisers. They take a very active round here. They push all the way down Banana. They start to fight because they know that FaZe Clan don't have anything into this round, and they won't be able to kill these CT players with head armor.
deadfox playing the close angle with that UMP. But it's going to be Angel to take the first kill on towards Nico. He was chipped down though. He's going to have to fall back. Woxic taken relatively low as he just plays on that short side, and the nades are coming in as well now. Olaf Meister falls and Rain soon to follow. Just one more left standing now as Guardian gets shot from the back. deadfox finding himself the kill.
And flawless as well. They lose 2 players in the previous and 0 in that one, so money's going to be looking good now for HellRaisers. FaZe Clan still able to buy up, and Guardian's going to be straight on that AWP. No armor behind it, but still Woxic is going to be there to contend with him, and HellRaisers do not want to play the bonus round. They start upgrading these weapons. Issa drops that MP9, turns it up into an M4, so HellRaisers, knowing that FaZe Clan are going to bring in the buy here, they want to play things seriously. No bonus round for these guys, considering they're the underdogs, and already aggression. A ballsy move, but deadfox gets away with it. He picks up Olaf Meister, and while Guardian trades, it's going to get pushed through the smoke up on B, and FaZe Clan doing work.
They just annihilated all of the defense there. HellRaisers get decimated, and now it's just Issa left alive on towards the A site. Rain takes the face, does lose it out the bomb though, still towards that B bomb site. Will be pushing straight up Banana because, of course, they know exactly where he is. They know he's the last man standing. No reason not to go and get that plant. 1 minute 16 on the clock, so a very early round play here from FaZe Clan. As the bomb gets planted, Issa on the retake.
Yeah, and utility and kit as well. This is really doable. FaZe Clan are split up, playing 1v1s. Oh, but Karrigan, Issa doesn't check the corner, goes down, will pay his price, and FaZe Clan get their first round on the board. A good round at that as well. Guardian still saves the AWP and can upgrade onto armor as well. We have Olaf taking that. Maybe playing off spawn. Nope, going back to Guardian. Okay, good. And now HellRaisers is putting money in again as well. We saw them have 2 pretty good anti-ecos, so the money's going to be fine for the time being. They can buy up once more. Woxic back on the AWP, but we already saw Guardian get the first pick into middle this in the last round, so Woxic not going to challenge, doesn't want to lose that gun early on.
Pushing up towards Banana setting that one up. Flashes, smokes, utility being used left, right, and center, but Zero's nade finds the first kill. Nico able to trade it back, leaving Dead Fox alone on the B bomb site. 4 players now start to continue, well, they just continue this push up Banana, allowing a fast rotate to come out from Angel, but it looks like they want to just fall back here. Not too sure what they're doing. FaZe Clan, they're stuttering in their steps. They don't really have what seems to be a concrete plan what to do with this tempo, and they are just falling back. They're just waiting, and they're allowing HellRaisers to rotate around them.
Reconsidering though, FaZe Clan holding back. And already HellRaisers low on the utility here, so FaZe Clan are going to be favoured. They've saved a lot of smokes into this round, so going to have that for good reason. Bomb towards the top of B, and HellRaisers throwing a bit of a boost down on this site. Dead Fox now going to be up on that boost in CT, and now the push comes through. Smoke's going to start to be used. FaZe are committing to the B site. They've still got Nico faking over on A, but he's 9 HP. Dangerous. Good entry from Olofmeister as well. Does drop Dead Fox, and now the control of the site is given the way of FaZe Clan. Angel looking to stop this bomb plant. So close in through the smoke, but he can't connect the shots. HellRaisers now 3 players coming back in. This should be doable.
Sick trying to get a pick through the smoke, but it's not going to happen. Guardian is going to be able to the one to find it though. Issa now an Angel. Both of these players left on the retake. Olofmeister very, very low there. If they're able to pick up that frag, none of them have any utility, so they will be in the even 2 versus 2, but it looks like they are just going to save the AWP. Angel looking for some exit frags potentially, but nothing more than that, as he is just going to try and close them out. Gets the shot off onto Olofmeister, drives back towards the church, but Rain is going to put the brakes on that one. Issa left standing with the AWP. HellRaisers save that one into the next round, but FaZe Clan take the round.
2 in a row, and now even with that AWP saved on Issa, he's probably going to have to stick with it, because look at the money. No one can buy up, no one can put anything into this one. Woxic still takes it despite Issa having armor, so dangerous there. But again, you know, Woxic AWPing is definitely a better decision than Issa AWPing, and we're actually going to have a bit of investment here from HellRaisers anyway, so he has armor. Not the end of the world, as they would have to eco this one anyway, so putting in a bit of money but nothing too much, as now FaZe Clan are definitely going to be leading. Woxic down towards B, mollied off instantly, not given control to go for this peak, because obviously FaZe Clan know that HellRaisers saved 1 weapon, so they've got to be aware that the possibility of an AWP could be in play, but Ray, nice clean up in apartments, going to open things up for FaZe Clan immediately.
Woxic holding on Banana is going to be facing off against 3. That smoke, the flash as well, just going to blind him through, and Guardian lands the nade. Zero and Dead Fox left standing, both very, very low HP. Breatha wins pretty much at this point. Zero looking for the headshot towards Guardian. Guardian doesn't spot him, but he takes the shot nonetheless. Zero taken down to 0 HP, and Dead Fox now left challenging with this AWP on towards the B-bomb site, just watching, trying to save, trying his best to give HellRaisers that little edge, moving into the next round. Pushes back along towards the top of Banana. Could look for the face and just misses the jump in. Guardian, Nico playing up close, able to land the headshot, and now FaZe Clan take yet another round. 3 all on the scoreboard.
And again, another eco in for HellRaisers. They've got a little bit of money, but not enough to fully invest, so they can... Oh, no. Oh, I'm not sure if I like this. They're buying down. They're putting money into this one. Look at what they're going to have as a result, though. It's really not good enough. They've got a UMP, a couple of FAMASes, a CZ, and an M4. I feel like a half buy here would have been a perfect decision to make, but HellRaisers going to be fully investing down. Nothing left in the banks. A risky move to play, but we'll see if it works out. FaZe switching up the pace. Fast up into middle. Going to be going quickly up through long, and Woxic defending with a CZ gets 1. Olaf to trade, though. And a 1-for-1 with the CZ is still good, but the rest of HellRaisers need to put up the numbers still. As Nico begins to wrap up towards this A bomb site, he's flashed out from the site, and Issa catches out Karrigan as well.
Angel able to shoot down 1. Nico does fall and finds a second to boot. Guardian has the AWP shot finally taking down Issa, but the bomb is down. 3 players left facing off against Guardian. FaZe Clan now on the back foot. They have control of the bomb. They know what's going on. They have a little bit of utility. A Molotov, an incendiary. Guardian pushing up, trying to get this bomb. Will be able to not quite get it, actually, as he is going to have to just jump back on towards the site. Looking for any aggression, and that's just going to be 0. Closing it down now, and HellRaisers take that round off the risky buy there. FaZe Clan take the L.
You can see that though from Guardian, he was double guessing, and while 3 players were holding onto the bomb, he kept checking behind, making sure no one was flanking, making sure no one was going to, backstab him while he's trying to get that bomb control back. So nice stuff from HellRaisers to keep 3 players together. No flank coming out, no risk of Guardian getting a pick and then turning it into a 1v2, and then not only do you lose more money, but also he has a chance to get back into the round. Just play as a team, play as a unit, keep it safe, and they do. So they pick up that buy, that very risky buy as well. Because now they have full rifles in, they're going to have the AWP back on Woxic saved from the previous round, so made a lot of money off the back of that. And FaZe Clan still able to buy on this T site, so not too bad for the time being, but it will be their last unless they can wrap together another one and get this reset.
Trying to gather information now, setting up for utility to come through. The smokes towards the A site just stunted it a little bit as they do actually get counter-smoked in the mid. Rain looking for the face, but it's not going to be there. It's actually going to be outside on the balcony. Presence all across the map. FaZe waiting, biding their time, trying to bait out some utility from HellRaisers, trying to get that edge as they do go for the execute, but remains to be seen whether they're going to be able to do it. Now under a minute left on the clock. FaZe still haven't made their move, and Woxic is the first to spot out a player.
Unable to connect the shot, though, will have to fall back, and now FaZe know exactly what's going on. They know this AWP is on shore. They're going to be a little more careful as they start to push up. Smokes to rain through, full execute here, but the time is of the essence, and they actually rotate the bomb back towards B as well. Angel caught out by Rain, who can wrap in through Arch, and look at this from FaZe Clan. It is perfect. They found the long pick, they have that CT rotation, they have 2 players only left on B to defend this one. HellRaisers have got to go absolutely massive if they want to hold on to this site. Zero gets one on the defense, but he's traded Dead Fox as well after only a single kill, and now it's going to be FaZe's round with Karrigan still stuck in middle catching rotations, but Woxic may expect it.
I think he certainly does. Crouching around the corner, we did actually see a lot of damage going on to Karrigan, and it is going to be able to have Woxic close that out with the pistol. Jumps back around, and I think they're just going to go for the save here. It doesn't make sense. They don't really have too much time. They only have the one flashbang. It's not really going to go their way if they do opt to go for it, or at least at best it's a coin toss, and they don't want to give that sort of ground away, especially just coming off their win.
Only issue with this save, though, is they only saved 2 players, and now that's the reset for FaZe Clan. They clamp back down on the economy of HellRaisers, and yeah, not with a lot to save, though. Angel and Zero have a bit of money, so we're definitely going to see a buy up into this round, but it's not going to be, the best. Considering they only have $1,400, Woxic and Issa can't really throw over any gun other than the UMP, so I don't think, I've said this before and it's come back to haunt me, but we shouldn't see 4 rifles here.
Are they
No way, not with this money.
They're going to pull out an LDLC? Do you think? An LDLC, a weird sort of buy.
Well, on CT, you can always kind of justify these buys, but on T side is where LDLC kind of get confusing with how they spend their economy. And yeah, not even buying up around that. So surprising. They had 2 players on 3K. They could have got a couple UMPs in the pistol. They've done it before, but this time playing things safe. Just want to go off the lost bonuses. Triple nade board up, looking to snack that down towards Banana as those 3 players are up on B with pistols and the 2 rifle players on the A site.
Again, Rain trying to push into that apartment position and able to take it consistently well, checking those angles, but doesn't actually check behind him. They aren't expecting someone to play close. Trying continuously just to push on through. Again, FaZe Clan just playing slightly passively, a little bit later into the round. They did spot out 1 or 2 of the players earlier as they got a shot of Woxic just on the cross as they did. Now, they start to go for the execute. They are using their utility into the round. 1 minute left, so plenty of time. Woxic looking for that face. Angel is ready and waiting in the smoke. If he doesn't tuck in, he could be in a bit of trouble himself, but is able to pull back and goes for the spray with the CZ. Doesn't manage to land anything. Neither does Woxic, but Rain opens it up finally.
Yeah, but still, they're walking into the site with 4 players and 2 of the guns as well for HellRaisers, so FaZe Clan are in a dangerous situation. We'll start to reconsider as they pull all the rotations towards A. That pick helps as well, and this leaves Zero alone on the B bomb site. HellRaisers none the wiser as FaZe Clan look to walk in there. Rain could be caught out, but he shuts down Angel, and yeah, this round is over. Zero's going to be alone. Rain's just doing work on the A bomb site, drops the AWP from Woxic, and he should be able to follow up as well, but he just commits to the rotation. He just comes and joins these guys. So Issa going to be left with the AK, can pick up that AWP dropped as well, but it doesn't really matter. Round's going the way of FaZe Clan. HellRaisers find nothing on the eco, and almost flawless here for the T side. Great round.
Looks like they might actually want to go hunting with 1 player, going to be Rain. he's just been very, very consistent pushing onto that A site and getting those opening frags. I think we've seen one round where they actually got shut down, where they actually pushed through a smoke out of apartments and onto balconies, so that's understandable. But every single round, he's able to get that ground and able to give FaZe Clan the foothold that they need to project themselves further forwards and get these rounds on the board. 4-4 on Inferno on the T side. So far, they've put 4 rounds on the board. Going to make it 5 as well, pushing into what is essentially going to have to be, well, at least a force, if not a full eco from HellRaisers potentially, depending on how much money they have left. So probably a sort of a semi-buy here.
Yeah, and FaZe is just doing it really well so far on the T side. We've seen kind of the same execute 2 or 3 times. They set up towards A, they get a pick, they throw the smokes over A, they force HellRaisers to make a rotation, and they just back off towards B and walk into the site and leave either Rain or Karrigan just to catch rotations. It's a really good way of just setting up on the T side, and if HellRaisers go for those early rotations and they move players off after a single pick, FaZe are always going to just be able to walk into empty B. So if that carries on, we could be seeing a dangerous T side. But we'll see. Pistols out this time for HellRaisers. Bit of armor as well. They can put some money in. Issa, aggression in the apartments. Other side of the smoke's going to be Karrigan down the stairs. So dangerous if he were to push, but just going to hold on back. His teammates falling out of Boiler. And look at HellRaisers making this risky pre-rotation. They move 2 players back through CT spawn to B, and they're going to have 4 players on this side of the map. This could be good, but if FaZe keep doing what they're doing and probe the A site before they go for that B rotation, they're going to walk up A, not get a pick, realize it's empty, and go, why would we come B?
And again, Rain has done exactly what he's done before, jumped in through balcony, jumped in through the windows and just taken apartments control. FaZe Clan trying to spot out any information and then not seeing anything. And that should be it's in itself information, but they haven't acted on it. They're rotating back away. Angel gets the frag onto Nico as they start to push in. Olaf Meister looking for the trade, but it's not going to be there. The bomb actually still pushing up this banana. Angel trying to play a close angle. We saw a gun getting thrown out of the map there just to try and prevent the rotates coming through, but that full flash is going to allow both Woxic and Angel to find a frag as well, and now it's 2 players left on the side of FaZe Clan. 4 is what they're going to be facing, but that's plenty for Zero as he takes 2 headshots with the CZ. HellRaisers win on the eco.
Well, I was just commending FaZe on how well they were playing this A bomb site in their rotation as well down towards B, and then they do the complete opposite. They set up towards A, they push in, they clear it all out, no one gets a pick, and then they go, oh, we'll go B anyway. That's been working, all right? Let's just go back to Banana. So massive mistake to make to not actually clear out the A bomb site before you commit, because especially when they've been doing it so well. But let's see if they play a little more clever this time. They've got double CZ, so not the best buy in the world. No AWP, and already aggression from Deadfox pushed in through the Molly and Banana, going to open things up. Angel as well in second mid catches out 1, and so far HellRaisers, they're just bringing the heat.
Well, it is Inferno. It does make sense. Karrigan finds 1 kill, finally back onto a CT player, but not before the damage is done. 2 HP left on him. Guardian only on 12. They have really, really put themselves on the back foot here, just allowing themselves to get picked off. That aggression on Banana is something that we've seen HellRaisers do at least 3 times so far this game, and it just worked out beautifully for them there. But hopefully FaZe can adapt. Hopefully they can be a little bit more proactive than they were when they realized that there was no one on the A site and went back to B, which is where they made their main mistake before trying to go for it. Rain will spot out the player, but Woxic has the AWP ready and waiting. HellRaisers take yet another hide, and now it's just Guardian and Karrigan. Very, very low HP. It's going to be pretty difficult for them to pull anything off, but Woxic does go down.
Yeah, combined 14 points out. Them not holding out for it. First kill coming out from Issa as well as his push starts to amount from the T side. And Guardian, while he's picked up the AWP off the body of Woxic, he's still up against 3. Trying to catch a rotation. They'll hear the zoom. They know he's there as well. He's not left with a lot of options. With Issa defending the bomb and the A site, 2 players coming in from CT. He's got to be careful of that Molotov. That looked dangerous for a second, but maybe just going to look to save here. 20 seconds left, not a lot of options, and yeah, Guardian walking down through middle. The issue is we could have this B rotation down Banana, and that's why he's being so careful, because if someone from HellRaisers just pushed into middle, he would be dead. So we'll be able to hold on to that gun for the next round, but that's another one for HellRaisers, and they're putting up a good CT side so far.
A little bit better than we were expecting. I mean, obviously the odds were super heavily weighted towards FaZe Clan. HellRaisers really not given a chance, but time and time again, what we've seen this week so far is that teams are turning up. teams are really performing. We've had, you know, Na'Vi LDLC very, very close. And I mean, Ninjas in Pajamas versus LDLC that we saw yesterday with the 2-0 for LDLC. Like an overtime and a 16-14, which absolutely, I don't think either of us were really expecting that whatsoever. And it seems like HellRaisers could be in for a repeat. Could just be their CT side. We could be sort of jumping the gun, especially on Inferno. But FaZe Clan really seem to be making a couple of mistakes, and if they keep doing that, they could be in a spot of water. A spot of bother, not a spot of water.
Spot of water.
Hot water or a spot of bother.
Putting out the Inferno that is this map is Zero going to open things up on Banana, shuts down Nico in through the smoke. And HellRaisers an advantage again, but this is to be expected. FaZe have so little into this. Guardian is the only man we're really looking at to get some damage done with that AWP, and he's pushed all the way down through balcony as well, so in his current position, he could really get something done. There's no one defending here. We've got Issa on the A site kind of just holding from a more passive angle, and this is a really good way to set up for the A site as well, because there's no way Guardian looks here. He's going to be focusing towards the pit, towards long, etc. Nowhere, you know, no one's going to be spotting short from balcony. That'll be left to the short players. With FaZe Clan on Nico, they can't take mid control, they can't take short control, at least not effectively, which means Issa's position is even stronger now.
I have to say, Woxic has been doing so much work for his team. Issa getting a kill onto Guardian and Dead Fox closing it out, but I have to recommend that Woxic gets at least some recognition so far, because he has been on fire. 14 and 6. That is a crazy record, playing that all beautifully. We saw him just get 2 kills on that. Close range, obviously. Inferno, one of those familiar maps that you're going to be playing in the mid, but he is top fragging in the server. Doesn't have the top number of points, but he's just doing fantastically for HellRaisers. So they really have something they can rely on over on that A site.
Yeah, really good pickup for the team. Hope to see him do well. And again, aggression from HellRaisers. We've seen it down B. Now it's up on A. It's going to be Angel pushed all the way down to drop Rain, but in the meantime, they lose B control. Karrigan finds a pick, and off the back of that, FaZe is just going to run into the site. A missed flash from Dead Fox, and he's going to pay the price for it. Nico hitting him in the face with that UMP. As now FaZe Clan, they just run over B. They've lost their mid players, but they've actually executed onto a site and gotten a bomb down. This leaves HellRaisers now to play the retake. And with an AWP on Woxic, it won't be easy.
Star player, star child for HellRaisers. See what work he can do. They do all have kits. They have plenty of utility, whereas FaZe Clan have absolutely nothing. So the flow of this very much in HellRaisers' hands as they look to go for the execute back onto the site. Olafmeister feeling the burn at the back. Nico finds 1 kill. Guardian with another. Woxic now last man standing, has the AWP, has the defuse kit, but doesn't have very much time left whatsoever. Does get shut down, and Olafmeister's the one to do it. FaZe Clan finally get another round on the back on the board. 7-6, a very, very even half so far. 2 rounds left.
Yeah, keeping this close again. This map isn't as heavily CT-sided as it used to be in this rework. We would expect 8-7s, 9-6s, kind of around this scoreline, sorry. But again, coming into this match, we expected FaZe to be far more dominant. I feel like when we switch to the CT side, that's where we're going to see them kind of lock HellRaisers out of these bomb sites, and maybe things will start to go a little more lopsided in the favour of FaZe. But let's not speak too soon. Again, HellRaisers are still leading this half and performing very well, above expectations, Woxic especially. FaZe Clan are slow around here. They don't take fast A control. They do have the apartment in the hands of Rain. He's been a bit of a nuisance up here.
He has had a strong showing all throughout this game. As I mentioned it earlier, he's just been taking that window room position pretty much every round consistently and doing well with it. So see if they can repeat that. But FaZe Clan are just so obsessed with this B bomb site. They can't seem to get it out of their heads. Just keep pushing in, trying to get that intel on A and rotate back towards B. Guardian able to land the shot onto Dead Fox. Now it's just 0 at the back of sight, but Nico takes care of that pretty swiftly. There's no point in rotating back to A. They don't even need to push.
This is FaZe Clan though. Guardian, this is the roster of some of the best players in the world. Guardian, crazy flick shot onto Dead Fox. Nico just runs into the bomb site, running and gunning, takes down the second player, and then Karrigan just catches every rotation possible. This is FaZe Clan when they're on fire. Not a single death, only headshots. It's a scary beast to contend with, and Karrigan, I think he knows that Woxic's here too. Molotov goes in, we'll hear the burn of that as Woxic pushes on in, and Karrigan 3 kills, all rotation kills as well, so no save from HellRaisers as they probably wanted to. And that's going to be 7 rounds to FaZe Clan into the last round of the half, and HellRaisers, look at the money.
Well, when your lurk player 1v3s and takes down the rest of the players, you know something's going right, and FaZe Clan look to be ready to start taking this one home now. Last round of the half, 7 all, so FaZe Clan, again, with the economic advantage against these UMPs. Kerrigan makes it work for him. Guardian finds another shot onto Angel as well. Guardian finds another to boot, and now it's just Nico and the rest of them to start cleaning up Zero, with pretty much zero hope now. Trying his best to get anything, but economic damage isn't going to make any difference whatsoever. Obviously, at the end of the half, it's not about the money, it's about the round. It's about getting that bomb defused, finding one kill onto Guardian. Still not enough, 4 players left to get through. Trying to find himself an opening from anything but olofmeister shuts us down, and FaZe Clan versus HellRaisers, 8-7 at the half. We are just going to go to a short break, come back and see if HellRaisers can come back into it.
We are back. A slow start from FaZe Clan, but they bring it back in the last few rounds of the T side, and now they switch over to CT. We've got HellRaisers trying to pick up this map. The one map that I feel like if they were going to take one, it would have to be here. Cache is going to be where they really struggle, so pistol round is going to be of utmost importance for HellRaisers. One set of utility on Dead Fox and armor on everyone else. A default buy from FaZe Clan. And already HellRaisers, they've taken a bit of banana control, pushed all the way up. We've got a triple set up there. FaZe ready with a pre-rotation for olofmeister to move back if needed. And as soon as Nico falls back or even gets picked, that's when we'll see Olof start to move back into control long. But maybe we won't see that at all. HellRaisers fast up towards B.
olofmeister to take the challenge, lands the first headshot as they turn around the corner. Woxic pushing through, trying to push towards to gain control of that CT position, but is shut down. olofmeister taken very low, still on 5 HP, but here comes the aggression on towards the A site. The bomb is with them as well. Rain goes down, Zero opens it up, and now they have control of that site. They have the ability to go for that plant. Nico rotating in, gets shut down by Issa. And now HellRaisers have a whole 3 versus 3. One defuse kit in the hands of Kerrigan, but olofmeister's very low on HP.
Yeah, that'll make things a little more difficult. HellRaisers 2 players towards the pit, or 1 graveyard, 1 pit, so they've got pretty good crossfire with this player from the site. Deadfox doesn't need to take a face here, he just needs to stay alive and kind of delay these players, let them get close and use the Glock to its advantage. The wrap coming out from olofmeister will have no effect, and a dink from Deadfox, that should seal the deal. Issa, 3 kills there, great work. And HellRaisers 8 rounds in a row, on the board, not in a row, but they pick up the pistol. And that's what's important now. Moving into the second half, they're going to have the chance to take themselves a lead up to 10 rounds here as FaZe Clan force on down. And yeah, realistically, we came into this game a little more in the favor of FaZe Clan than maybe we should have, because currently HellRaisers looking very good.
Well, I'll tell you what. If anyone's put a bet on those, on the HellRaisers at those odds, I think it was 4.6 or something like that. They are going to be rubbing their hands together and planning where they're going out tonight, because it really, really is looking like they are definitely in with a chance. Rain trying to hold any angles, and he will be able to let his team know what's going on. Kerrigan pushing in towards the arch, will get blocked off by the smoke, and they are just going to shut him down, but Guardian chimes in. Double Deeg on the back lines, finds the third as well, tries to go for the fourth, but it's not going to happen for him. Angel is left last man standing, does not have control of the bomb, and now FaZe Clan are in with a chance here. They have a UMP, they have a CZ, both very, very dangerous here. Looking for the trade, and Nico wins it out. FaZe Clan with the rebuttal into the second round of the half.
As soon as we kind of start hyping up HellRaisers, FaZe just go and do that. One armored player in that entire round, and they pick it up with just pistols. Didn't even force on down, not even properly. They went for Deagles and CZs with the intention of getting a little more utility for their first buy, as you would need on this map. And somehow they pick it up. I don't think even FaZe were planning on that, but great work. 9 rounds to 8 is HellRaisers forced, knowing the FaZe's money is yet to build up. So if they were going to start cracking down on an economy game, now is the time to do it. Put your money in. And 2 Deagles, 2 Khalils, and a UMP. Definitely nothing to write home about here for HellRaisers. FaZe definitely got a far better buy with a triple M4 coming in, and walk up towards B here for HellRaisers. Unlikely going to go for a commitment without utility, but they don't have a lot to work with, so need to throw that out, and then they'll start to walk up towards a site. It's Nico to defend and Kerrigan to follow.
Tries to go for the first spray. Angel comes out on top. Kerrigan, last man on site, gets shut down by Dead Fox. Now they have overwhelmed the B bomb site. Remember, they did this on the pistol round. They came onto the A bomb site and they just held it very, very nicely. 3 players on the retake, 1 kit in the hands of Guardian, and Zero is going to make sure that the rotates don't come through from the back lines on towards Banana. Olafmeister does go down, and now it's Rain trying to push on, but again, they just don't really want to be going for this. 2 players, they want to fall back, they want to save some weaponry here.
Oh no.
The flash could not quite land as Issa does shut down Rain, but now Guardian has that M4 and he is not going to let it go without a fight. The rest of them probably looking to hunt here. They spotted him out completely, checking his angles very nicely. Is going to mean that he is going to net himself a kill on the board, putting 2 total in this round for him. FaZe Clan looking to save the rifle, but it's not going to be so. Woksik takes it out their hands. And now 9 all again. HellRaisers coming straight back at them.
And here's the difficult thing. Do FaZe force down in this situation? Obviously, with the low loss bonus, it's likely they will, but it's really not a lot to work with. And now with HellRaisers going for a full rifle buy as well, yeah, FaZe are not even going to opt for it. It makes a lot of sense because, you know, you sometimes see teams kind of toss it back and forth, especially on a map like Inferno where you can win with pistols so easily and go for these force buy wars. But now with HellRaisers not only saving rifles from the previous round, but also just playing no silly UMP games. They just go for full AKs and Galils with a single M4. So yeah, FaZe Clan not with too many options coming into this one. Again, they can pick it up. They have Deagles. We know what this team are like, but this should be HellRaisers here. They should be finding double digits on the board, especially with this full set of utility that FaZe are lacking. As soon as the bomb's down, that should signal the end of the round here for HellRaisers. FaZe as well don't have a kit, and a single smoke on Kerrigan probably going to be used towards B as we start to see these HellRaisers push up.
Remember though, Guardian's performance with that Deagle from Pit last time on this sort of similar situation, and Nico doing the similar thing as well. Odds shortened a little bit, but they're still very confident that FaZe Clan are going to be able to take this one home. Now, on the CT side, they are going to be holding on this B bomb site. Nico has chopped 1 off, so a little bit of a graze to the knee, but that's not going to stop them having all the rifles that they need. Guardian holding up top as well. Nico on the back of sight, looks for the headshot, doesn't find it, flicks up and right, but there's Guardian on the back lines. Like Kerrigan as well, and there's 2 for 2 on the trade as they push in. And they're trying to spot out anything they can, and a lot of damage being done already to HellRaisers, and Rain rains down the shots from above the barbecue, finds the second as well, and there's FaZe Clan. 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 on the rounds. HellRaisers can cannot get a break.
FaZe are not even trying to win these force buys, and they're just winning them every single... No, sorry, clarify. Ecos. They're not force buys. They're not even putting in armor. That's 2 eco rounds FaZe have won this half, with one armored player in the first one, and no armored players in that one. 1 smoke grenade. That's all they had. 3 pistols, 3 deagles, a CZ, and a PT50. It's ridiculous. There's no way FaZe should be winning these rounds, and it's just coming down to HellRaisers letting them roam free on B and letting them just get a pick with no trade. HellRaisers weren't looking to trade that first kill from Nico. They get smoked off after it, and then they just kind of fall back and go, oh, we'll walk in. With a man disadvantage, it's never going to work. Dear, oh dear, FaZe clan. This is the power that we talk about on this team.
Nico eating a nade to the chops, taking down to 41 HP on the corner. Drop back, but HellRaisers now, again, just spreading out, waiting. This is the first round where we've seen, I wouldn't, certainly not full buys, and Woxic certainly doesn't need one either, as he does land the headshot. Deagle's very, very strong so far for both of these teams, on both sides, but HellRaisers looking to make it a little bit more effective. Have got that opening onto A, but they're doing a classic FaZe clan, rotating, moving a little bit more towards the B, but no, they baited me out. They are going to go back towards the A site. Pushing up the mid, just ever so slowly inching forwards. Only 44 seconds left, so they do have a little bit of time pressure coming in now as they start to round the corners, looking for the face. 2 players on A site, and they have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, Ray needs to go big, but he only gets 1 before he drops, leaves just Olaf Meister in the pit, but who else would you want in this situation? Needs to go massive, and he can't connect the shots. Dead Fox and Zero combined to shut him down. Karrigan comes back in with a quick kill, but the bomb's going to be planted in a second for HellRaisers, and that's where things start getting difficult. FaZe clan running out of time for this retake. If Karrigan doesn't find a pick here, or a couple of kills quickly, they're not going to be able to go for this. Again, we don't have a kid in play. There's one dropped on the floor. And FaZe, they got to go. They've got to go fast. Nico's starting to move in, but no, they reconsider. They're going to... Oh, okay. I'm so surprised they're still going for this. They've left it so late. Nico's rotation was so slow that I didn't think they would even have time to go for the round. And yeah, this will shut down both kills. Really weird from FaZe, taking their time on that one, it seems. But 10-10. As HellRaisers, they are going to shut them down once again with their own force buy. FaZe, now, Eco. Let's not do it again and say this should be HellRaisers' round, because who knows?
Well, I mean, statistically it should, but not in this game.
Even less investment.
They haven't gone 2 rounds on the trot for either team so far in this half. They've just been going one the other, as FaZe clan able to just pull these wins out of what seems like nothing. Just thin air promoting them into keeping themselves even on scoreline, but HellRaisers doing what they can to come back, and finally they have a very, very strong showing here. All the utility, all the rifles, no armor on FaZe clan, only a Deagle and a Dream for Nico, CZ on Karrigan, and pretty much, well, P250s, but not really much else going for FaZe.
Yeah,
stuck in the A site.
The Deagles are really where they get their work done on these rounds as well, and with only one, I want to say that HellRaisers should pick this up, but it's too risky at this point.
Once bitten, twice shy.
Yeah, exactly. I've been, well, bitten twice, in fact, this half.
So does that mean you're 4 times shy?
I'm very shy at this point.
Okay.
HellRaisers up towards middle. Smokes it down, going to limit FaZe clan's vision, and Karrigan starting things off. This is happening. Olaf Meister as well, the P250. Has only been 1 trade, but Angel luckily pulls it back. So back into a 3-on-3. They've spotted 2 players on A. This should be the rotation back to B, but they need to hurry up. Time is ticking away, and yeah, they'll go for it, thank God. HellRaisers walking back, but then again, not always easy. It's Nico with a Deagle here. All he needs is a kill or 2 just to slow them down. Even 1 would be great, and he knows they're coming as well. The Molotov gives it away. Should be going for the peek here, and he does. Damage onto Dead Fox, but he won't find the kill, and that should be it. That should be HellRaisers' round. Are FaZe even going to go for this with
the rifles? Armor? They have the rifles available. As you say, the armor is going to be a little bit of an issue. If they're able to go for the exit frags, that seems to be what they're looking at. More economic damage, really. They don't want to be going here, but HellRaisers on the verge of picking up 2 rounds in a row, finally being able to cement themselves with a 1-round lead. Remember that they are being dead even so far across the entirety of this game, and they have yet to really stretch their lead out. As you can see, 1, then the other, 1, then the other, and finally HellRaisers able to edge out in front. But FaZe clan will be getting a little bit of cash coming in here. They did sort of almost full eco now, so obviously with those 2 rifles, they could be able to cobble together something. Just take a quick look at how much money they have. So yeah, they are going to be able to buy enough rifles to outfit their entire team. A kit probably going to be their priority, one on each side. Obviously, the optimal setup if you need to limit your economy, but there we go. Rifles across the board. Money very, very low now. So FaZe Clan, if they don't win this, they will be back on that sort of full eco. Obviously, with the round bonus, they will have a little bit of cash to play with, potentially going for a CZ, a couple of Deagles, but that's going to be it. So HellRaisers, if they win this, they could extend themselves very, very close to having a good fighting chance here.
Yeah, again, we saw the odds a couple of rounds ago, and they're still very in favour of FaZe Clan, which I feel like, while that should be right, the scoreline is not showing that at all. All HellRaisers need is one round, as you say, and they're up to 13, hopefully.
Yeah, well.
See how the ecos go for FaZe Clan, the biggest question mark of this game so far, and HellRaisers up towards middle, lots of presence here, no one down B, and FaZe Clan have actually pre-rotated players over. They've only got Nico down on B for the time being, and he's just jump spotting, so he gets a lot of information, can just play basically solo here. It allows for Karrigan to join the guys over on the A site, but still he can fall back if Nico spots anyone, and Deep Smoke as well will delay HellRaisers if they want to go for a B play. They pull the bomb back, they pull the players out of their apartments, so maybe starting to consider it now. FaZe Clan not in the optimal setup here if HellRaisers do want to commit towards B.
They haven't really had anything go for them, and 40 seconds left on the clock gives a lot of time pressure in the favor of FaZe Clan. HellRaisers have to run at them now. They have to commit to a site. There's no time. As soon as the bomb shows, they know exactly what's going on. FaZe Clan having Nico hold on this B bomb site will be watching out, but he's fully flashed, and Angel gets the kill. Karrigan to trade, but he's looking for another through the smoke and lands the headshot onto Woxic. Guardian as well rotating in, and this push aggressively could mean that Karrigan's able to stop the plant. The plant does go through, but slivers of health on Dead Fox mean that they're in a 3-on-3, and a tricky one at that.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to hold on. Issa already got tagged up through the smoke by Karrigan as Guardian begins to move in. Olof as well. FaZe Clan have got all the cavalry arriving here as they begin to push back in for the retake. This is the round they need to pick up, otherwise HellRaisers are going to start to run away with the game. Issa, one quick kill from the back of the site. Good stuff onto Rain, and there's going to be no one there to trade, but luckily Olof Meister pulls it back. Bomb still planted for Banana though, and this bait and switch setup is perfect. Zero takes the lead, and Dead Fox can peek out just for support. They will do exactly that. HellRaisers, they pick up the round. 12 on this T side. And this is where things get scary. FaZe Clan, if they don't win this eco, which is a possibility, HellRaisers are going to be up to 13 before they're back on the bye.
I'm imagining maybe a Deagle dropped from Karrigan over to either Nico or Guardian. Actually, the CZ being dropped over to Nico there. A Deagle being picked up in the hands of Rain. And Guardian buys his own. No armor except for on Nico. So he's going to be their tank, in inverted commas, trying to soak up as much of that damage as possible. Rain taking an aggressive position in mid, pushing up, trying to go for the peak, but Issa spots it out, shutting that one down pretty quickly. FaZe Clan don't get any ground there. Apartments, a very solid hold point for FaZe at this stage. Guardian getting dropped back towards Boiler by that Molotov, but again, HellRaisers seem to be quite fanciful of this Banana, getting the info, almost doing the opposite of what FaZe were doing. They're pushing up Banana, and they're rotating back to A.
And FaZe having this ups control is good as well, because they've not taken any of it on the CT side so far, and HellRaisers walking up towards A could show FaZe Clan in a good position. Unfortunately, though, another player drops, and Olof Meister's alone in the apartment here. Can kind of play for the retake and maybe catch him out through balcony, but instead he'll wrap around through middle, so grouping up with Karrigan here, but this round seems to already be done. Karrigan will get one, but it's a consolation frag as HellRaisers surely win the round. Dead Fox, the man to finish off the job. And 13 rounds here to HellRaisers on the T side. Remember, this was a map that FaZe Clan should have just been stomping away at. This is obviously a good map for HellRaisers, but a better one for FaZe Clan. They've won this map 6 out of the last 7 times they've played it. And already, while this game isn't lost for them, it's falling apart. They need to come back in, and they need to come back in now.
And again, I mean, just, I'm going to mention them again, the Betway odds on those. Over 4, even when it was in the second half where they were going even, up till 10-10, still very long. And I wouldn't blame you if you put a sizable bet on HellRaisers at this point. I mean, 13-10, and the possibility to try and shut down this buy on FaZe Clan could leave you with a nice little profit. Karrigan trying his best, but Dead Fox just opens us up.
yeah, jump through the smoke, and HellRaisers beginning to wrap onto the A bomb site, but that still leaves a couple of players to do the work. Rain being one of them, but he only finds a single kill, and that's it. HellRaisers have done it. They've got the bomb site under control. This should just be the straight-up save for FaZe Clan. I don't see them going for this, and no, they don't either. Nico and Guardian already falling back off of the site, and HellRaisers, 14 rounds with a double save here for FaZe Clan. They have the loss bonus to continue to buy up into this one, but ooh, this is a scary game. If we look, no one's got any spare cash other than Rain on $400, so he's going to have 3,800 coming into next round, but that will be it. So yeah, not enough to get full rifles at all unless they opt out without armor, which isn't going to happen. And yeah, this is HellRaisers 14 rounds, now fighting up against a force from FaZe Clan. We're going to see UMPs, FAMASes, just a full mixed buy here from this CT side.
It's such a weird situation. I mean, do you have a Betway account that you can put a bet on? Because man,
it's a bit late.
Yeah, it is a little bit late, but I mean, like, HellRaisers doing so well here. They're doing so much pressure on these guys, on FaZe Clan, and they're just crumbling. I mean, they're winning those ecos, but they just weren't winning what should have been victories for them on this CT side. First time we've actually seen an AWP in the half going over onto Guardian, so maybe that could turn the tides with that sort of the prowess that Guardian has shown continually throughout his career. Could be coming into fruition here, but remains to be seen. Holding that banana face, spots out two players, but doesn't manage to hit any of the shots as they fall back. Again, banana pressure. I'm imagining HellRaisers once more just going to rotate back and go A. Seems to be the flavor of their month. Guardian, though, through the smoke, through the wall, lands the shot.
That's definitely a way to kickstart things if you're FaZe Clan. What a way to find a kill. Dead Fox already dead now on B. Guardian still holding strong. I'd like to see FaZe Clan go for the pre-rotation here. I'd like to see them move Nico away from the site and just keep Guardian solo, because again, as you said, we haven't seen Guardian on that AWP on this second half, but it's actually going to be the reverse. It's Guardian to rotate, and that's dangerous. Leaving a solo rifle on this B bomb site is going to be a difficult situation to contend with, but again, it's Nico, so we'll see. As HellRaisers likely to walk up towards this side of the map. Well, it's going Karrigan swapping places with Guardian. So now the AWP switched over. At least that's good, right? Because HellRaisers is going to be expecting the AWP now on B. And for Guardian to be up on the A site, exactly where they're walking into, he can defend. He won't have to play for retake. And that'll be left to Karrigan and Nico. Now HellRaisers are going to start to push up. Mid-control taken. Guardian holding strong here. We know him for this position as well, and he's going to peek out. But it's Olaf Meister to start things off. Issa trading as he moves up through short, and FaZe Clan starting to decimate these Ts. Time is of the essence. And Angel, somehow he gets 2 kills.
Descends from the heavens, lands the shots that he needs to. HellRaisers have the bomb now planted. 1 versus 2 on the hold. Watching, waiting, ever patient, and Angel lands the shots yet again. 1 versus 1, and Karrigan, it's all in your hands, buddy. HellRaisers looking to put themselves onto map point. The UMP is going to be the weapon of choice. Angel looks left.
Oh, no.
He's going to spot himself out, but he lands the headshot nonetheless. HellRaisers, what the hell was that? They are going to put themselves 15-10, and against all odds, put themselves just on the verge of victory.
Look at this second shot, though. Oh, it's just so crisp. Unbelievable, unbelievable. The 1 round FaZe Clan seemed to have in the bag the 4v1, and Angel's going to pick it up. A great performance from the IGL here of HellRaisers, putting up numbers on the board. He's got 23 kills right now. That is insane. Again, a really good team, HellRaisers, but this is not what we expected of them coming into this map. It's going to be 15-10. FaZe Clan fighting up against the defeat. They've got to make a reverse sweep. 5 rounds in a row, up to overtime. And then they've got to win it there, but don't know. We'll see. HellRaisers seeming to be leading this one. We have aggression from FaZe Clan this time. Banana control taken. We've got Nico pushed all the way down with support from Karrigan. And Rain looking like he wants to push in through the mid-smoke, but he'll hold back for the time being. He's got a boost actually over the top of it. So this is good. He might be able to catch out someone, but the smoke going a bit deep means that he's now lost his vision towards ramp. Going to fall off and just sitting close in case HellRaisers burst through.
Nico has taken a significant chunk of damage, but Olaf Meister does a little bit more to Issa. Able to trade it back, and again, they're just holding that banana aggression, and that is what HellRaisers were doing round after round. Guardian does fall, but round after round they were pushing up towards the top of banana, gaining information, and then rotating back towards A with the knowledge of what these players are doing. denying that, FaZe Clan have forced HellRaisers into doing something that was sort of suboptimal, and they ended up getting the pick. Unfortunately, Guardian did fall, but now, again, they're going to be going on towards this B bomb site with very little time.
Yeah, Angel's walking it through, checks a close angle, and he does get one, but Nico on the boost trades him out. However, this man is already low. We've already talked about it, and he's not going to have many options to stop this bomb from going down. 9 bullets left, and he pushes in through too late. Woxic already holding the angle, and that's HellRaisers to find another kill. A 2-man retake FaZe Clan are forced to do. We've been seeing how much these guys want to save in the second half, and now they're actually forced to go for the retake. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to put this one up. It might be HellRaisers to take it away, but FaZe fighting up against the man disadvantage. Start to move in. Dead Fox from Banana shuts down Rain, and this leaves Olaf Meister alone. He is going to need to go absolutely vintage 2015. It's not going to happen. Zero shuts him down, and that's it. HellRaisers take it 16-10 on map number 1. What a victory.
I am in shock. I definitely didn't expect this to come through. I was predicting a very hard stomp here on Inferno for FaZe, and they just didn't show up. They didn't get the rounds, they didn't get the kills, and they just weren't winning the trades. I mean, obviously a brilliant play coming out from Angel there that we saw. I think it was 1 versus 4 essentially, and just getting those kills. But HellRaisers have such a lot to be proud of in that game. FaZe Clan do fall at their feet.
Yeah, not a single rifle round was taken from FaZe Clan on that CT side. They only picked up the pistol rounds that we saw. Obviously, not even an actual pistol round, eco rounds. They picked up 2 eco rounds, and that was it. And from then on, HellRaisers just shut them down in that second half. A great performance. And again, this team is what we talked about right before the game. We said, you know, they're inconsistent, but their skill ceiling is very high. They have the ability to perform well, as we've seen. We've seen them get deep in tournaments before, but it's just rare. And to step up now in an online matchup against FaZe, I mean, as you said, not expected at all. FaZe currently sitting 4th place in the EPL, and HellRaisers around 10th or 9th or 10th. So yeah, not what I was expecting to see, but I'm very impressed nonetheless. However, we move to Cash as a second map, a map that HellRaisers do not like to play at all. So this is where, while FaZe Clan also don't play too much Cash, have an opportunity to shut them down. Hopefully we will see a stronger CT side from them, because again, I'm really not expecting such a weak CT side. And yeah, this clutch from Angel as well. This is ridiculous. The 1 round FaZe should win. Angel finds 4 kills, and that's it. So great performance from HellRaisers, above all expectations, but we'll be seeing if they can 2-0 the series, or if FaZe Clan are going to bring things back on Cash. Stick with us for just a few minutes. We'll be right back after this short break.